Hey, we're back for another episode of Woody's Roundup. And this episode, we're going to talk a little bit about the Grand Floridian and how it led into us making a big decision.
A huge decision for me. Like, because I'm usually like the one that's like, you know, hard to pry open the wallet. But
there he is. There's Woody. How you doing, Woody?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm
wonderful.
Good.
I'm glad we're doing some new episodes and we're on a roll so far.
We're doing great. And
because we get good feedback. I know that, you know,
we have loyal listeners.
It's so fun. It really is, because people will message us and like, oh, you know, it's just like a family. It really is. So we love that you all message us and actually tell us like when you come to the new episode.
Yeah.
We get that every now and again, and we still have our number set up where you can call and leave a Disney moment and all that good stuff. So
yeah, so please check us out, Woody's Roundup podcast.com.
Yep.
So we had a great episode last. If you didn't listen, go back, listen to that one. We chat a little bit about our Christmas catastrophe trip where Woody got super sick. But what that did was actually allowed us to slow down, spend some time, and get to know the Grand Flow.
Yeah.
Did you like that rhyme I just made?
Whoa. Watch out, y'all. Watch it.
I have always been a fan ever since I was little. I can remember we lived in Orlando for a little bit, actually more like Jupiter. But my uncle worked in Orlando at the Peabody Hotel, and my father had a job in Orlando. So we lived right there in Jupiter, Florida. And in those days, I can remember us taking a couple of vacations, one to SeaWorld and then obviously one to Walt Disney World. And I remember actually seeing the Grand Floridian when I was little and saying, whoa, you know,
nice.
What is that? You know, like what is that over there? What is that orange roof? What is that? And so now as an adult, having the chance to go on my wonderful honeymoon with my sweet guy over there.
Yeah.
You know, we decided that we would start to sort of visit all the resorts. And that was our goal. Our goal was to stay in every resort over the last 10 years we've been together. Like,
we tried.
What's going to be the new one? What's going to be the new plan?
Yeah.
And then I think even resort hopping for us took a little bit of that away, saying we had to stay at every one.
Yes.
Because we certainly have tried them all in some way, shape, or form. We may not have.
We've eaten there, have eaten there, shopped thoroughly in their gift shop. You know, like, we really have tried to get to know each resort, because like it doesn't make much sense for us to stay at Art of Animation. Right. Like, I mean, from a room size to just, you know, the crowd. So like we kind of early on was like, no, like I love the gift shop. The gift shop is amazing.
Fabulous.
So like stuff like that where we were like, okay, well maybe down the road we'll go.
Yeah.
But we kind of slowed our goal down and really aimed at the ones that we loved the vibe of it, especially just lounging in the lobby. Yeah.
So with that being said, I think when we would visit the Grand Floridian and when we would go and see the gingerbread house, or, you know, even with the year we went to Contemporary and saw the Easter eggs.
Yeah.
I think those were things where you get a sense of like, put this in your back pocket. We want to stay here. This is something we want to experience more.
I love the vibe.
Yes. And then, you know, but then you get to some of these other resorts, like we went to the French Quarter and we ended up staying at Riverside.
Love Riverside.
Yeah. But it was like, you know, it's not a have to stay this year here. And certainly Wilderness Lodge, we have camped there many a Christmases.
Every time we've gone at Christmas.
Yes.
Around Christmas, we've always said we need to stay here, because we always make our way over there a couple of times.
Yep. And we love to eat at the Roaring Fork, and we just love to sit and just be in that tree's presence, right?
Yes,
Isn't
in
it
the
just
fireplace.
Awesome? Oh,
it's wonderful.
So with Woody being sick, the last day we were on Disney property and we were just enjoying the last bit of spoils of vacation, we decided to camp out at the Floridian because I wanted to smell the gingerbread.
Yes. And it's such a beautiful lobby.
Isn't it?
Like, it really is gorgeous. It's wonderful.
It really is. And we really enjoy people watching there, and we enjoy you know, just kind of, I think, just the vibe. I think you've said it a couple times.
It's not chaotic.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of the resorts, I think that's where I I said in the last episode, I love to just chill out and to relax sometimes. And it's hard to do in some of the resorts because the lobbies aren't really made for that. I think Caribbean has a good lobby resort, a lobby where you can kind of sit and chill out. We did that. We've done that one before. But yeah, I like to kind of people watch, and like All Stars really didn't have that area. They have the loading area, but they don't have like the hey, sit and watch for a while.
Right.
Like,
they have sort of those like ottomans.
Yes.
So they don't even have like a chair.
Yeah, not really.
Unless you're in a cafeteria.
Like, hurry up. Get up.
Yeah, they're just sort of like benches. And so when we got back, it's been a while. It's been a couple months, obviously, since we have taken our Christmas trip. But we always have Disney on the brain. I think it's something where when Woody needs refreshing or we both just need our Disney fix, we will look just to see, let's just see what a vacation would cost. Even if we never book them, I think we have opened up that app
I've put... And everyone out there knows it, especially if you don't pay for the vacation all at once, the $200 down. That's what you got to do, right? If you got $200, you can put a Disney vacation down and then you pay for it, like the month or two before, right? I can't tell you how many times I've had $200 come out for Disney. And then like it just either it doesn't work out or you get closer to the trip and like, a check didn't come when you thought it would, or you're like, oh, well, I'm going to wait a little bit. That was not a good time. It has happened a ton.
Yes.
Okay. It's happened more than what we've even talked about here. But with that said, there's been a ton of times where we booked it and been like, done.
Yeah.
That we got to go. So
yes.
I would say for everyone we've booked, one has been not like we've booked it, but we've ended up like canceling the reservation.
It or rearranging it.
Yeah.
So for my 40th birthday, Woody surprises me with a Disney cruise. So we're setting sail in September.
Yes.
Super excited for that. Staying at the Polynesian for a couple days after
we get back. Yeah. We're going on the Wish, y'all.
We're going on the Wish.
We're going to the Bahamas.
Can't wait to tell you all about it.
Yep.
But we also looked into, what were we going to do next? Because we're always that way. We're like, yes, let's get this booked. And again, this has been booked for like a year and a half. So, we're excited, but we've been really, really like fortunate to think about, well, gosh, what's a Christmas without going to Disney? Because
we're going to September.
Right.
So we're going on the cruise for 3 days. It's a short cruise. Mm-hmm. And then we go to the Poly for like 2 or 3 days after that in September, middle of September.
Yeah. So we know it's going to be hot. We know it's going to be a little different than when we normally go, which is normally we hit the road around November, December. Yes. Because we do love a good hoodie and a good spirit jersey.
Yeah, I like it. I love that time of year. Halloween, Christmas at Disney. That's our thing.
So I would say over the past couple years, we have been really considering Disney as our vacation. Obviously, I look at my family and I look at, their vacations might look a little different. They may be, we rent a beach house or, we're going to Ireland or, those are their vacations. For Woody and I, like we really love to spend our time and money at Disney.
Yeah, it's always, and I hate to do this, but we go to other places, right? And it's not a bad thing, but we always compare it to Disney.
Yeah.
Whenever we go somewhere else, even to the beach for a week, for us, a beach trip is usually about 3 days, and that's about our beach limit. We love the beach. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
We're the couple that when we first met, we would go down and sleep in the car, like at a public access. So we love it, but it's also we get down there, we're down there for like 2 or 3 days and we're like, well, what, because we don't really go out late. We like to walk and sightsee, but we're always kind of comparing it to Disney. Like, oh, what would we be doing now? What would we be eating in Epcot? We would be in a Canadian gift shop, so it's always kind of like, it's probably not healthy, but we don't care. That's how we are.
So he wakes up. And this is just, let's bring the cat out. You wake up the other day and you said,
all right, before.
Oh.
Let me plant this seed for everybody. Okay. So, I woke up.
Because you had a dream.
I had a dream.
I got some dreams.
All right. So I had a dream. This is no joke. We're not making this up for the podcast. This all happened within a week span, right? So I wake up and I'm in a panic. And it's like early in the morning. It's like 5. Well, I say 5. That's not early for some people. So I wake up and I'm like, I need to look up Disney Vacation Club. I need to look it up. And I don't know what was wrong. I just in my head, I was like, I need to go because the way I work is like I have 1,000 tabs open on my computer, and a tab is a reminder. So I literally got out from a dead sleep, woke up Disney Vacation Club, and put it in the tab, and then went back to bed. Right? That was it. I didn't revisit the tab for the next day or so. I just like Disney Vacation Club. I don't know what this is about. So then fast forward, we're sitting one night, and I'm like, okay, listen, September is going to be an epic trip. We've never stayed at a resort like the Polynesian. I'm so excited. It's next level for us cruise. Like it's the next step. And then I was like, but I need to have Christmas on the mind at Disney. Right.
Yeah.
And so we got to talking, and we're like, all right, well, let's price one. Let's price the big one.
Yep.
Let's stay at the lodge for Christmas, but we can't do this Christmas. Right.
Yeah.
We got to save up and go in 2024. Right.
Book it. That's what I told you.
Book it. She said, here's everybody. She said, book it. Right. All right. So I just want y'all got to follow the train of events here. So I get up middle of the night. I bookmark a thing. Don't visit it. Right. It's out of my mind at that point. Next day or whatever, we open up the website. Right. And I start pricing a 2024 Wilderness Lodge Christmas vacation. Right. Now, listen, it was a little sticker shock.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little sticker shock. All right.
So what was it?
It come out to be like around 7,000. Okay.
Right.
So just so y'all know prices. So
and we are not comfortable.
I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with half of that, y'all. Like I'm being for real.
Yeah.
Like that was like, okay, that's like a car.
Yeah.
Okay. But it was the right day and right mood for me because it was a stressful day. I was like, I need to get away. I need to think about Christmas. I want something to look forward to after our cruise, even though it's a year away, blah, blah, blah. So what did I do? 200 down, pop. Okay. Hopefully we can pay it off in the next year.
Yeah.
Right. That was the goal.
That was the goal. Mm-hmm.
So that was a goal. Yeah. Felt good. We kind of talked about it the next day. Like, oh man, I hope that works out. Like after we put the 200 down, like, man, I hope I'm really diligent in paying that off. You know, like I hope it works out. Right. So then the idea came back to me about Vacation Club. Right.
Yeah.
So it's like the day after I was like, why did I have this tab open? Oh, that's right. I woke up in the middle of the night and did this. So y'all, then I started looking up Vacation Club.
Yeah. And
then I planted the seed with my wife about the Vacation Club. Then I was like, hey, what do you think? What is this thing? What is this? And we do, in all disclaimer, we don't really understand it.
We didn't. And we actually were heading, Woody had a job to film, a car commercial. And so it's quite a bit out of town. It's about an hour drive. And normally I accompany him on the drives because we
hit up on Marshalls. We hit up
because he likes
Max.
to go. Yeah, I want him to hit up the home goods.
We do the trifecta.
Yeah.
Of the Max family.
Yeah, if I can go. So and on the way, I think he brought up, hey, let's see if we can't find a podcast on DVC just to kind of hear it out, maybe learn something. I said, okay, yeah. So we started this podcast and listened to it for a few minutes, and it sort of sounded like everybody on the panel that was there, recording, all had the same thing to say. The questions were asked like, well, why do you get a DVC membership? What's the benefit? How do you use points? What do you mean add points? What do you mean rent points?
What are points?
What the heck? So I think we were both in like this mode of like we're ready to learn. And how many times have we passed the booth in Epcot?
Oh my God, y'all, we even had one of our trips, we had booked a presentation, and just because you got a free gift at the time, right? Like you got something free, and then we woke up the next morning,
it was like a tote bag or something.
I'm not, and then we were like, we're not going to that. No way, no, y'all not trying to sell me something. That's ridiculous. Get out of here, Disney. Get out of my face with that.
Yeah, I don't have time. I don't have time.
I don't want no pyramid scheme.
I'm trying to get to Mexico. I'm passing this by.
Yeah, stop it.
So I will say the spoils of DVC started when our reroute COVID trip got us a wonderful stay at Saratoga Springs. Yeah. And we've done an episode on this.
We did. Yes. We got
So
upgraded.
You'll know that was a, hey, guess what? Riverside's closed down. We're going to move you guys to Saratoga. Hope that's okay.
In a DVC room. Like that doesn't normally happen. And they were wonderful about it.
Let's chat about that.
Yeah.
So when you think about a DVC room, at the time, I did not grasp it.
I have no clue. I had no clue.
All I knew was, oh my gosh, Saratoga Springs got it right.
Amazing. It had a little kitchenette.
I just remember thinking, why is this room so much different than a normal stay or a normal time that we've booked them so many times.
Yeah.
But it was something special about this room.
Yeah.
And it was the one time I remember feeling the most comfortable, the most relaxed, and that idea of having another place to go. So even if it's just two steps away and it's a sofa, versus always having a bed to sit on. Like, this is where we're at. Like, it felt so, it even had a little dining room table. I loved that the bathroom was separate. You know, there was like a water closet and a shower, and like there was like, it was like a little studio apartment.
It was great. It's just a great roomy feel.
So so we're listening to this podcast and we're hearing that the only regret that DVC members usually have is that they didn't do it sooner.
Yes.
So we start really investigating, like, what does it mean? What does it mean? And what would it mean for us? Because I absolutely know that DVC is not for everyone.
Well, here's the thing. When we say we had no knowledge, I have none.
Yeah.
And I literally, like we stayed at the DVC Saratoga. Wonderful. That's about the knowledge, right?
Yeah.
And then this podcast, it's like, okay, I hear points. I don't know what points mean. I don't even know what that means, but they don't regret it. So that's got to be good. And
they're kind of talking through like how you get started and where should you start, how many points. And we're both going, no, this podcast isn't helping. That's all right.
Because in their defense, we picked up, they already know about it.
Sure.
Like that's how little we knew about it. I still don't know a lot, but what happened was we got home and then I went on to the Disney Vacation Club website, right? And just started kind of investigating, just looking through and like, all right, that's a lot of money. All right, I still don't understand the points thing. I don't really, I thought like you're going to get like this thing. You spend a lot of money for 5 years and you get points and you go, that was my understanding. So let me tell you, I log in and then the chat comes open and I started talking to Elise. Right.
Yeah.
I start asking her questions like, please explain to me what Vacation Club is. Like I'm a toddler. Like explain it to me, y'all. I cannot tell you the blessing this cast member was. Yeah. Like she took her time and explained it in a way where I was in shock that I didn't know about it. Right. And like I just was so surprised.
Yeah. And listening to you guys chatting.
Yes. Even
on the phone, and you'll talk about that. It was like you were talking to an old friend.
Yeah. It was a wonderful experience. And I know that sounds weird. Like it was an online chat on a Disney website trying to sell you something. No, it was like legitimately. All right. So let's break down the questions, right? I was like, what is this? Like, what are the points? She was like, so when you join the Vacation Club is you buy into a property, right? You're giving like a little deed and you're giving, you're not owner, but kind of part owner of a time there. And you're given so many points per year that you can then use on any Disney, vacation property or whatever. But you have a home resort that's basically your homestay that you're buying into, right? I said, okay, I got that. So I looked on the website and I was like, well, you could actually do this for a Grand Floridian. Okay, right? I was like, oh, that would be kind of awesome. Then you see the price and you're like, man, that's a lot of money, right? So then I asked her, I was like, well, what do you get? Like, I see it's a lot of money. She was like, well, you own, here's the part that I was shocked at. She said, well, you own, your membership is like for 41 years till 2064. I was like, wait. So you're paying this amount, which you can finance. You're paying this amount. You get this many points per year. For how long do you get the points per year? She said, for the longevity of your contract, which is 41 years. Right.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I could not process that because I went from thinking this was like a 5-year deal, right? To all of a sudden your vacations for the next 40 years, you have points that you can then bank for a year. You can kind of rotate them up, whatever, all that stuff. She explained it in a way where it just, again, it's not for everybody, but all of a sudden it started clicking for us.
Right.
Because we know we're going to Disney at least once or twice a year. 2.5 times is about what we aim for. We know we're going to do that. That's a given. That's our plan. We start booking it a year ahead. It made complete sense after talking to this lady, because she said you get 200. We got the 200 points a year. Grand Floridian is our home resort. And you sign a contract for like the 41 years. And once you pay it off, it's paid off. You have annual dues, of course, that will last the length of your contract. But y'all, I don't want to say everyone listening, this would be a good fit. But I think there are people out there listening that are like us, right? That go to Disney once, twice, maybe 3 times a year. And or maybe in that income bracket that like you want a vacation place, but you don't want a second mortgage, right? You don't want to have to come up with 20% down on a condo somewhere. Yeah. And it's like, this was a perfect fit. And this is coming from the guy that was like, don't dare talk to me while I'm on my vacation about some club Disney. How dare you try to sell me something? Like, I go from that to like, I feel like an idiot for not listening earlier.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And so, yeah, so we did it. We took the jump, and she chatted with me for probably an hour. And then it was one of those things I felt bad because it was late at night and I was going back. I was telling Laura what I was finding out, this. And then I was like, okay, so I'll let you know. I did the whole I'll let you know thing, email you, we'll chat. And then she was real nice about it. I instantly woke up first thing in the morning. Yeah. And we talked about it. I remember texting, I was drinking my coffee. I said, we doing this club thing or not?
Right? Yeah, he's on the porch texting me. Are we doing this club thing? Like, you want to be in the club, or what are we doing?
Are we going to the club? She's like, do it. She said, do it. So So long story short, we joined the DVC. We're DVC members now, which I am.
And so excited to share that with you guys, because I completely agree, Woody. Like, we would book trips and we would always book them knowing that, yeah, this is the right thing. Life is short. Like, okay, yeah, throw down $2,500. We're fine. We'll pay it off in a year. To understanding that we always really wanted to stay at the Polynesian, or we always really wanted to stay at the Grand Floridian. And because you've been so many times to so many places, and there's just that just feels like something special. You know, I just want to feel like what it feels like to stay there.
We wanted to, and I hope this doesn't come across the wrong way, but I told her over the phone, I was like, we wanted to take our vacations to the next level.
Yeah, because we're in our 40s. We work hard.
Yep.
We're not gifted any vacation funds from anywhere. Wish we were. This would be something that we'd say, look, this is investing in our downtime. We have to invest in ourselves, because if we don't, nobody else will. We'll get run down, we'll get burnt out, and we need something that makes us happy. If beachfront life and living in a hammock for 7 days is like your thing, then that's your vacation. Yeah. That's what you pour your money and your energy and your time into. Your family, whatever that looks like. So for us, every time we think about vacation, we think about Florida and Disney, because that's what we do.
Well, and what was funny was that, okay, so with all that said, so we joined the vacation club.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, like, I'm talking to her and I tell her we already have a trip booked in September. And, she explained the points system to me, and I was like, oh, that's fantastic. And then, so they were having a special where you got, 2022 points added to your allotment for this year. Okay. So basically we got points for signing up, and there's a bunch of incentives that I don't know. It might be like Kohl's. They have a sale all the time. I don't care. It sounded great. It got me. All right. So, so then we get 200 points, and then we're looking, and she was like, well, like, do you want to apply it to your September trip, or what did you have in mind? I was like, well, no. I said, honestly, we have one that we booked for next December that we're kind of excited for. I said, we always go Christmas, but I don't know if it'll work out this Christmas. She said, well, you have the points. Do you want me to look? I was like, well, I mean, sure. Look for the Wilderness Lodge. I'm sure to be available. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Okay. She said, yes, sir, it is. Do you want me to go ahead and hold it for you? I said, what? Excuse me? That'd be 66 points. What? Like, so y'all, I'm telling you.
So take that into consideration. That's 66 points.
Out of 200.
And also the 200 from
before. So now we have a ton of points for next year.
Yeah, which is so exciting.
I say it's not a ton, but yes. So all of a sudden, so we started factoring in. I said, wait a minute. So this trip is basically, I know you have to pay for the contract. So when I say it doesn't cost us anything, that's not entirely true, right?
Right.
So for DVC owners out there, it's not free. You're paying for the contract, right?
Right. And whatever contract works for you.
It could be 40, 50, 60, 70,000, whatever, right? But keep in mind, it's for a 40-year contract. What ours was, 40 years. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we were able to book Copper Creek, right? The lodge. This December for 5 days using points. So really no out-of-pocket separate expense, right? And I cannot tell you the cost savings from take one vacation that we were going to maybe go on next year, right? And then look at it and like, oh my gosh, it works for us.
Right.
Like, so I know the feel, trust me guys, y'all out there listening and you're like, I thought I was getting suckered into something. But for us, it's a perfect fit because as soon as she booked that trip, I got acquainted with the website, I got acquainted with the point system, and it started making sense. I was like, okay, I see the benefit now if you're going to Disney like we are. And then, so now all of a sudden we're looking and booking our next year's trip. We have the points lined up. We're looking at what windows, because different times of year means the points have different values. So like if you go like at Easter, you're going to get less of a value, right, than you would at another time of year for Grand Floridian. Now, I keep saying Grand Floridian because that's our home resort. That's the best deals for us, right?
Yeah.
However, we're not limited to that.
Which I actually thought that was one of the misconceptions I had, was I thought we're only ever going to get to stay at the Floridian, or
which is not horrible. If it is.
Yeah, no, let me not make that sound like that's a bad thing.
We're not asking for sympathy.
Trust me, I was like, but I thought it kind of locked us in.
But it does not. So if you can stay at any of the vacation clubs, just your points have different values. And your home resort, you have a different booking window. So for example, our home resort, Grand Floridian, we can book before other people, and we have like an 11-month window, right? So we have 11 months ahead of time where we can book ahead of people. So we can catch the Christmas, the Easter, whatever.
Yes.
Now the people that are at lodge have the same benefit, 11 months. Now, if I want to book a DVC property that is not our home resort, then that window shortens to 7 months. Right. So you have there are different flexibilities, but that's why it's like, if you love your home resort, it doesn't really matter. Right. Cause you've got that. But I think I was so excited that we were going to do some episodes again, because one, I wanted to share the DVC experience, because I was one that completely was like, don't interrupt my trip trying to sell me something, right? And it was like, I'm that guy. And then I was the guy up until about halfway through the chat. Then it started clicking, right? And again, some financial accountant probably will go through and be like, you're making a horrible mistake. That's fine. I don't feel like I am. I feel like for us and our vacation planning and what we have talked about planning for Disney and wanting to go to the next level in Disney, but then really not being in the bracket where you can consistently stay at the Grand Floridian, the lodge, the contemporary, because you book a Christmas vacation and that's a substantial for two people. That's a lot.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden with this, it becomes completely obtainable. And it's like, man, okay, now we can do that. So I would encourage anyone out there, if you are thinking about it, or if you heard about it and you've gone by the booth and you're same as me, and you're kind of that little thing in the back of your head, like, hey, listen, you might want to go look into it. Like, it may not be a bad idea to go. And I would encourage, like, if you want the name of the rep that I talked to, let me know, like,
sure,
send us an email at woodiesrounduppodcast.com, or heck, I'm on Twitter, Woody G Watch, tweet me and say, hey, and I'll give you her information. I'm not in it. Like, I'll pass her. She was fantastic.
Yes.
Like, utterly fantastic in describing it. And I am so excited, because the minute we started, once we signed the paperwork, which is a lot of paperwork, we started signing it and we looked through everything, and then we started looking at the points and we started actually booking trips. We started booking trips already, and we're getting to know the discounts. And it was just like, oh my gosh, why didn't I do this sooner? Like, that's the way I feel. And I very rarely feel that way.
Yeah.
I very rarely feel like once you spend a lot of money, like, it's like, oh man, that was, like, this is one of the few times it's like I am literally excited about it. Like I'm really excited. So DVC members. Next up, annual pass. That was funny.
Next up, moving to Florida.
I did ask her. I was like, okay, so it's a snowball effect, everybody. So it was like, okay, so we're DVC. We can book kind of whenever we want to. You can't book last minute. It's really like you can't do that anyway. It's really hard, right? But I was like, well, if we're going 2-3 times a year, I don't want to have to worry about buying tickets. I think I want an annual pass. And for the first time, she's like, hey, listen, you hit that wallet a little hard. Why don't you give yourself about a week and then think about it? I was ready to go. Like I was ready to like
smart advice, I think.
Add everything in the cart I possibly could, right? Yeah. So then when you were in Disney and they're asking, are you this? Are you this? You're like, yep.
I think I'm the most excited about walking to the Magic Kingdom. I think that's one of the top reasons the Floridian was for me. I love that we're within walking distance of the Polynesian too, because one of my faves. Super excited about the opportunity to feel, just that freedom of the monorail as well.
It's so different. I love the other transportation. Don't get me wrong. I love Skyliner. But listen, and again, COVID aside, I did not mind the limited capacity on the rides and the buses during COVID, right? But this last trip, as crowded as, and it still wasn't enough. Like, I mean, they were leaving people. Like, and the parks weren't insanely crowded. Like, it wasn't like it was like a flood of people. Like, it just automatically, that trip made me like, I'm gonna have to think about my next one. I gotta think about like, we gotta stay at a resort that has a Skyliner, monorail, or boat or something.
A second way.
I gotta be able to kind of get out because the bus was kind of like claustrophobic for the first time for me, It was. And so was Skyliner though. Gone are the days when you How awkward is it though? No offense, whoever rode with us. You're not bad. It's not
we just
you.
Don't chat when we're tired and sick.
I just kind of like having my space. And it's like, oh, we got to ride with other people now. Oh man. You were during COVID, like Pirates of the Caribbean, you would have the row in front of you and behind you open. God, who would I would have never thought I would be like, man, COVID. Like oh my gosh. Right? Like there were some things just like, I kind of miss that. And what my only gripe, this is probably belongs in the past episode. Like I got hooked on hand sanitizer, right? Like every time getting off the bus, every time going here, and they were still there, but they were never full. So I blame that for my trip last time getting sick because I would go and I was trying to wash my hands every 5 seconds. I was up, oh man, it's out. Oh, it's out.
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't on top of it. So
Disney, if you listen, we love you. But if you could please keep those hand sanitizer things full.
For my OCD husband.
That would help me out a lot.
Yep. Hey, thanks so much for joining us on this episode, talking all things DVC. Look forward to more and more and more as we get deeper and deeper into it. And again, if you have questions, Woody's rounduppodcast.com. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you on another episode.
Call Woody and Laura at 304 Moments and leave us your favorite memory, and we may use it on the Woody's Roundup podcast. That's 304-666-3687. And don't forget to visit Woody'sRoundupPodcast.com too. Hot dog!